Today. I am full of energy today. I am in Sao Paulo with my friend right here, Denise. She's going to take
us. Very welcome to Liberdade.
Yes, she's going to take us on a tour, the Japanese tour. Big culture. It's the biggest Japanese influence outside of Japan.
Yes.
So let's get into it.
The Japanese, they arrived in the neighborhood. Take a look at this bank. The facade looks like a Japanese temple. The Japanese, they arrived in Brazil in 1908 because Japan was passing through economic crisis, an overpopulation, and then the slaves were free. So we needed a manpower on the farms. So that's why a lot of Japanese came to Brazil in 1908 to work on the coffee farms, but the working conditions were terrible, very bad, because the farmers used to treat the Japanese as they treated the slaves. It was not compatible. They started to run away from the farms and they came to the city. And they chose this neighborhood because it was very cheap for them. They began to rent the basement of guest houses located here. There is a street called Conde de Favelas Street, and in this street they begin to rent the basement of houses. Imagine 3-4 families live together, and the community together they start open business like barbershops, markets since 1912, and over the years became our Asian town, our Asian community. So look at the name of this place. It's called 89 Coffee Station because 89 is the ideal temperature of water to make a good espresso. That's what they call it. 89 Coffee Station. It was opened by 2 businessmen from Taiwan and from Japan in 2017. It's one of the most popular coffee shops in the neighborhood. And the idea is to make you feel like you are in a modern coffee shop in Japan. All these pastries are homemade. Take a look.
Nice.
Everything looks so good. Pieces of art.
Yes.
They really care about the look of the food because they used to say first we eat with our eyes and after with our mouth, right?
Right.
And some pastries, like this one, they use matcha. It's kind of a green tea.
Matcha green tea. Okay.
Yes. There's one that I like. Let me show you. See? It's called kare pan. Kare in Japan is a soup.
Okay.
Meat, chicken. Usually they put meat, vegetables, and curry. It's a soup in Japan. Here it's kind of a bread.
Okay.
The filling is vegetables, meat, and curry. Really good. It's crunchy. One of my favorites.
Wow, it has curry in it too?
Curry too.
Okay.
It's not too spicy like India.
Indian
It's
curry?
too spicy.
Okay.
Right.
Let's see here. It's like a empanada. Like an empanada.
We go to Japan one day, try the soup. Very good too.
It's good.
Brazil joined a group that declared war against Italy, Germany, and Japan. So during this time, Brazil closed the schools that taught Japanese. we could not speak Japanese in public. The immigrants that used to live here were expelled from the neighborhood. Circulation of magazines, newspapers, definitely prohibited. So this place was opened after the World War II. So they could hear from their relatives, families in Japan. Was one of the only places they used to sell baseball stuff, like gloves, bats, you know, the
Bunch
Japanese.
of Pokemon in there too, I see.
The craze about
And this is a Japanese bookstore
yes.
named Sol.
Manga comics in Portuguese, in Japanese, and now in English.
Oh, y'all got some English in there too. That's good.
They started this week.
And you have some. Oh, they started this week.
Selling some magazines
English.
in English.
Okay.
So this is the main square of the neighborhood. So every Saturday and Sunday we have a very traditional fair from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Local food, typical food from China, from Japan. It's one of the most typical fairs that we have.
And that's every week?
Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Wow.
If you have the chance, come on
Yes.
weekends. These markets, for example, Tawa. On the way, I'm going to show you more. This one is a very diverse market. Belongs also to a Japanese family, and they just renovated. Now it's more modern, bigger. You can see on the side of the map where the products come from. Taiwan, South Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand,
Right.
Singapore, also US.
I see. Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos. And you find everything inside these markets, like chocolate, seasoning,
These are
cookies,
mushrooms.
craft beer, soda,
Some good teas in there too, I know.
teas. Many local markets with Asian products to shop. It's hard to choose one.
Right.
Can you see the name of the group? Bliss Walls. The group that painted this.
Bliss walls, yeah.
They already painted big murals around the city, and to paint this one, they had the support of a studio, they had the support of a local artist called Cobra. He's a local artist from São Paulo. He has painted in Rio de Janeiro, New York, Paris. Very famous. He's from São Paulo. This mural belongs to Sukiya. Can you see from here, Sukiya?
Okay.
It's considered one of the biggest chains of fast food restaurants in Japan. This is the first Sukiya opened in Brazil, 2010. Over there you find, for example, we call gyudon. It's a ball. They put rice, meat or chicken, and curry.
Okay.
And
Is
very
it pretty good?
Huh?
So
Yeah.
Sukiya is pretty good?
It's pretty good. It's a big chain. You find all over the city, other units, and it's cheap. Like you can pay 25 reais the ball, and high quality food. I like it. Everything. Do you remember that here was where the slaves, criminals were killed by hanging? That's why we begin to call this place as Hanging Square, Hanging Neighborhood.
Oh wow.
So what is interesting about Liberdade, that we have a black patron saint in Liberdade, known as Chaguinhas, who was a leader of a rebellion that happened here in 1821. He demanded for the payment of wages of the soldiers in São Paulo. They were late for 5 years, and he demanded for the equal treatment between Portuguese soldiers and Brazilian soldiers. So he was condemned to death by hanging, but the rope broke many times. Believe in God.
Yes.
Totally
Amen.
believe that he was innocent, a sign of God saying he was innocent. So the first time, tried to put the rope around his neck and
Wow.
broke. And the legend about this man tells that we had 10,000 people watching that, and they started to shout, "Ah, it's a miracle," saying he was innocent. Second time, tried to put the rope around his neck and broke again. They started to shout, Liberdade of Chaguinhas. That's why one of the reasons we begin to call this neighborhood as Liberdade is because of Liberdade of Chaguinhas. Third time, tried to kill him again. The rope did not break, but he was still alive, and they beat him until he died. And he died over here. So after he died, some worshippers put a cross and begin to light candles. that's why a few years later, in 1887, this church appeared. Holy Cross for the Hanged Souls. That's the name. And today we have Chaguinhas, black patron saint.
Nice.
I would like to show you a very interesting story.
Yes. That was already an interesting story. You got more for us.
Guys, this is our patroness of Brazil called Aparecida because of an apparition. We have a black Virgin Mary. Here we have a beautiful painting which represents the moment when she was found. So look, the legend about her tells there was October 17 in 1717. There is a very small city in the countryside of São Paulo's state. This man had to catch a lot of fish to prepare the lunch for the governor of São Paulo's state. But this day the fish were gone, disappeared from the river. It was midnight, they were not able to catch anything. But three men decided to persist over the night, and one of them caught a sculpture of a body with no head, and the other one caught a sculpture of a head with no body. When they put the pieces together, formed the image of a black Virgin Mary. She appeared black to represent our people.
See, that's why I like Brazil.
Yeah, that's the reason. Got it. And after she appeared in the river, many fish appeared in the river. They could prepare the lunch for the governor, and then countless miracles began. This is our patroness in Brazil, Aparecida, because she appeared in an amazing way. And here we have another black saint.
See, we got the black saints in here.
This is crazy because a lot of tourists from US, from Europe, when they come in here, it's really shocking for them, you know, because it's just white sands, not black sands. You've never seen that before. A lot of tourists cried.
Yes.
Black tourists cried when I came with them, you know, it was really touching. So this man is Antonio de Cadejero. He was from North Africa. He was Muslim, and he was kidnapped and sold as a slave to an Italian farmer. He moved to Italy, so he converted to Catholicism. As he worked on a farm, he started to distribute cheese, milk to poor people. He got his freedom. He was a slave, but he got his freedom. After he got his freedom, he became a monk. He started volunteering at hospitals, and he died in 1549. 50 years later, some worshippers opened his tomb, and for everyone's surprises, his body did not decompose. Very impressive. And countless miracles began, and this is a saint. And he was not officially recognized, so he was not canonized by the Catholic Church, so it means officially he's not considered a saint. But here in Africa, he's a popular saint, as Chaguinhas. Not recognized, not officially recognized as a saint, but they are popular saints in Brazil.
Yes, I see.
We have two shopping malls. If you want to shop, I recommend you this first block on the right side of Galvão Bueno Street, because it's just one besides another. You find, like Marukai, for example, you find local markets that sell Asian products.
Okay.
Okay? Cookies, chocolate, soda, craft beer, everything. And here, there's a very famous store. Kezaki is considered one of the most successful Japanese businessmen in our history. He worked on a farm for 12 years. He came to the city, got a job in a dry cleaners, became the owner of the business. You know, Japanese hardworking. But a crisis happened in the sector, and he was about to go bankrupt. To get some money, he started selling cosmetic products door to door, beauty salons.
Wow.
And he founded Kezaki, his own brand. This one has 4 floors.
Oh, wow.
It's big.
Okay.
many hairdressers used to come to shop, including me. I buy my shampoo here. Would you like to show you a Japanese?
Oh wow.
You can see there's a Japanese man over there cleaning. So this garden who is responsible for the cleaning maintenance is the community.
Okay.
Japanese community over here. When you visit the Japanese garden, what is interesting is that every single element of the garden has a profound meaning for them. So the water represents our lives. The carps, see the fish, the carps represent strength, because there are a lot of legends that they believe the carp was the only fish that could swim against the current, represent strength. You always find this path made of stones. It's the path of our evolution. This lantern is called Suzuranto. It's to light our minds, to light our path. And the trees, called bamboo. The bamboo trees is part of the Japanese culture. They used to say that represents flexibility, because during the winter, for example, you can see that if you Google, see that the tree bends and returns the same position. Represents flexibility in our lives. And also they use for everything, for architecture, to make crafts, to make soup, gastronomy. They use the bamboo shoots.
Bamboo shoots.
And purify also the environment.
Yes.
A lot of religions believe that.
Yes,
It's very
yes.
interesting. Here, Adrian, you have one of the coolest views in the neighborhood. Here we have an avenue, one of the biggest avenues in the city. It's called Radial Leste, connecting the west and east. Here we have south, and we are in the downtown of São Paulo. So when we stop over here, we can see how the growth of the city changed the urban landscape, Liberdade. It's hard to imagine, but here the ground was almost flat. Can you imagine?
Right.
The
Yeah.
government built this avenue, the subway station, and this viaduct, connecting the two sides of Liberdade. This viaduct is called Osaka. It's the name of a Japanese city, and many buildings were demolished during this growing process, including a Japanese cinema called Niteroi. It's
Okay.
really nice because it was kind of the meeting point of the Japanese community. When they showed Japanese films, we had 4 Japanese movie theaters. 2 of them still exist, but no longer as a cinema. Became churches. Now there is nightclubs and karaoke's. There is one called Tokyo. As a movie theater, now is nightclub and karaoke. I would like to show you this symbol. See, I like to show you because when you're walking, we don't pay attention where we are walking. So it's called Mitsudomoi. It's a Shinto symbol. Shintoism is a Japanese religion. They believe in the power of the nature. So they believe that every single element of nature, sky, the earth, has God. A God inside. So this represents the harmony among man, earth, and the sky. The harmony among man, earth, and sky.
Man, earth, and sky.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they believe we need to find this balance in our lives to evolve as human beings. And martial arts represent strength, Mitsudomoi. But the main symbol of Shintoism is this gate, called Tori.
Okay. I see the.
Yes,
The gate.
it's kind of a gate.
Yeah.
When you visit,
Is there one on the other side? Oh no.
no, just this one. You can see the shape of the traffic lights.
Yes.
Yes. So it means when you visit a Shinto temple, it means the gate divides the spiritual world from the material world. In my view, my point of view, this gate over here means we are visiting a very sacred place for them. So it's a tradition. When you cross the gate, we wish ourselves happiness, love, good vibes, prosperity, abundance.
Right.
And another detail is the color red. You find red all over the neighborhood because red in Japan, it means protection from disease, from bad spirits,
Oh.
and also they believe the red can attract abundance, prosperity at the same time.
Okay.
That's why you find red everywhere. I would like to show you the graffiti art on the walls. Every 3-4 months, you see new graffiti art coming up on the walls. This is really nice
Yes.
because artists, they are renovating the walls, repainting the walls.
So they're gonna paint over that wall right there? They will paint over.
Always repainting the walls, always. And there is a code of ethics, so they respect each other. So if an artist wants to come, repaint over it, they ask for permission, authorization. They have kind of a code of ethics. Unfortunately, we have these trucks
Yes.
in front, but we have nice hands. This one, for example, probably you know, right, guys? Expectation.
Yes.
Girl, yeah. See?
Yeah, I see them.
Face? And here. Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
There's a Japanese man eating ramen.
Where is the best ramen around here?
I will show you many of them. Best, it's hard to choose one,
It's hard
but
to
I will
choose
show
one.
you the next stop, not the next one, the next after the second garden, a street full of restaurants.
Okay.
And then you find great places for ramen.
We are in the Hello Kitty.
Now we have the
Restaurant.
vort-c. Look, the decoration.
Yes.
Because of the vort-c.
And you get Hello Kitty
It's
meal.
so cute.
The food is hamburgers and fries.
And fries. You find everything. All these cute pastries.
No more pastries and anything.
Pastries and
Oh.
everything.
Wow.
Yeah. Sushi. That's
Hello
the
Kitty.
famous Hello Kitty. Yeah. For,
Hello Kitty Cafe.
and they have two.
You have two of them.
Yeah. Actually, the official name is Eat Asia, but we call
Eat Asia.
Hello Kitty restaurant.
And you say this where we're standing at right now was a cemetery.
Right now was a cemetery. First public cemetery in the city called Afflicted People Cemetery. What we have right now is the church. The church that was built in the middle of the cemetery. So the cemetery existed until 1858. This year, government opened Consolação Cemetery near Paulista Avenue. So all the bones moved to other cemetery. We call afflicted because there's a set meaning for that. All the people that were killed by hanging, they used to wait over here. It's kind of a waiting room inside the church. So they used to wait for the execution, go up to the square, be killed by hanging, and come back to the cemetery. It's kind of a circle of death.
Makes me feel awkward just standing over here.
Huh?
So it makes me feel awkward just standing on. It's kind of like bad luck to
Ghost stories.
stand on graves and stuff.
But I'm very sensitive, but I'm not feeling like dark energy.
Okay.
I don't feel it anymore. And you can see, for example, people, the slaves, be killed by hanging. Is to come back to the cemetery. Yeah, wait over here. They killed by hanging and come back to the cemetery. Here we have some pictures of Chaguinhas, our patron saint. And we have another picture of him. So he was not canonized, not officially recognized as a saint by the Catholic Church, but he's a popular saint here in São Paulo. This is the meaning of the word
Liberdade.
Liberdade. Liberdade. They
Liberdade.
shouted the square in 1821 when for the third time they tried to kill Chaguinhas, and the rope broke many times and Chaguinhas is alive. I really like the picture of this black woman. Look at her hands.
And why is she upside down?
Upside down. It symbolizes the black origin of Liberdade. Take a look at her hands. connected to the Japanese lanterns.
Oh, okay.
She represents the hidden story of Liberdade, like the black origin of Liberdade. It's very meaningful, this picture. And here we have Memória Povo Preto. It means memory, to honor the black people and the indigenous people, because 4 years ago, a Chinese businessman, he was the owner of this place. He demolished a building to build a new business center. But when he demolished, shook the construction of the church, that almost collapsed. And during the excavation, they found 9 bones of human beings. So the community, the worshippers, the locals together stopped the construction. Now there is a project to turn this place into a memorial to honor Chaguinhas and to honor all the black people, all the slaves that helped to build Liberdade.
Wow, that's a beautiful story.
Yes, very touching story.
It's called Chingagas.
Chaguinhas.
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 His name was Francisco das Chagas, but he was known as Chaguinhas.
Chaguinhas.
Yes.
Chaguinhas. All right, people, that is the end of the tour, and I have my little gift, my Oranami gift. You see, it was a hot one. I am out here sweating. She had me walking for days out here, but it was a beautiful tour.
Thank you so much.
And I'm gonna leave her information, her Instagram, all her information, where you can contact her. Airbnb as well. Airbnb experience is how I found her. So this is my Japanese friend to the end. All
Come
right.
to Brazil, guys.
Yes.
You'll be very welcome.
Cool. All right, we gone. Yes, check out my friend Denise. She is great. She's informative. She is cool. She will show you a good time. But definitely check out my other videos from Brazil. Matter of fact, I'm about to get into some more content making. So I'll see you in the next video, and I am gone.